Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes,
Hey,
hello, hello. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh, just a second. Wait, wait, wait. Something is went. Yes. This is a classic Finnish cottage. I actually wanted to go out with you to show you around, but then
Cool,
I
cool.
realized I'm gonna probably lose connection or my battery will die. Something stupid will happen.
Yeah, you can probably send the footage after the call, and I can edit, or we can
Yeah,
release the separate episode, like
we
concluding
will have to do something.
in Finnish public. Cool.
Yeah,
So, how are you doing? Like, what's
good.
in your mind?
Good, good, good. Working from out. We went out of the city on Sunday, and it's been 2 days. It seems like it's been like a month.
Cool,
Going
cool,
back on Thursday. So, but it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. How are
cool.
you?
Uh, I'm sitting at my room, not going outside, but
Smart.
smart.
Of course. Look at
Uh,
what happened when you go outside. I got mosquitoes bite on my forehead. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. By the way, I lived in Georgia, in Cairo, Georgia, in the last year, and it's so cool that they don't have any mosquitoes there. So they have a climate that don't produce mosquitoes, and it was very cool. But
that's
yeah,
actually really nice.
at home there is also no mosquitoes, but it's getting warmer and warmer, so I'll need to
Like,
go.
I'm just looking at this. In every corner of the house, there's this awful
Yeah, I got it.
mosquito.
But by the way, on Friday I will go to Germany to my friend Humus. I don't know if you saw him on Twitter. He's the guy who creates like music for Paralect, like for
Yeah.
all the videos and stuff. And he will also produce a beat for our rapping song with Dan. And so I'll go to him like for a few days to live in Germany.
Where
And
in Germany?
it's a city called Bielefeld, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like it's near Netherlands, as far as I understand. And
Oh,
he
nice.
was also the one who drew this, so you can see it. So
That's
it's
really cool.
his drawing. I even don't know how he drew it. I'll ask him. And here, so you can see.
Nice job. But I like mine better.
Yeah, yeah.
You did a pretty good
Oh
job
yeah,
with
I
me.
think so. It's here. I'm showing everyone. So I shown Dan yesterday. So here's yours. It's real. It's real.
It's really good. It's
But
really
I'm
good.
really proud. So I really bet with faces. So I spent like 3 hours on your face, and I'm still like not happy. So I can recognize. But we have like guy in Paralect, Anthony, and I drew him, and he's perfect. I'll send you his picture, and I'm really proud of his face.
What did he say?
Uh, Actually, I didn't hear back from him yet, but I just drew it.
Yeah.
So we haven't didn't talk after that.
Well, what's happening with Paralect?
Tell us what's going on with Paralect, how it looks from outside, and how it feels.
It's freaking me out. Like, I love it. I'm vibing with it. But it's like totally different. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, yeah, I like it. I vibe with it. So I don't know in which direction you want to go.
Cool, cool. Yeah. So I said. So I don't know if you remember my story or know this story, but I was tweeting like for 2 years or something around that on Twitter without like no success. So it was like. So I know that I need to post daily. So I really believed in this thought. So I kept posting and posting. I also like reading a lot of articles, shot a lot of videos, but nobody saw them. And I was just waiting for no one, but was just keep going. And everything changed when you joined, like Twitter, like you, Dan, and Alex. No jokes. So it's not always it's not jokes. So it's all changed, and I just like changed the pattern of using Twitter, and like suddenly people start discover all the stuff that I created during the years. So I can use now. It's like a compound effect.
Yeah, reusable content. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and so now we kind of feel this power. So we are not longer just psychos who like say that you need to do this, you need to do this. So like we have more and more proofs. So we become like more confidence that we can do something like bigger than we used to do. So that's why we're trying to push the boundaries and I think it's important. So we're like launching this like experiment with logo, and it's like contradictive. So some people said it's like childish, some people said it's cool, but it's like something that like forces people to share opinions. I mean, yeah, you can abuse it and make something bad from it, but I think it's pretty like good experiment. So I'm really happy. And also, one of the things that we are promoting is that like when you're building product, you need to release at least weekly. And if we are saying that, we also need to release like Paralect weekly. So that's the idea. It's like, how do we release it weekly? How do we create this machine that creates like really cool like releases weekly?
Yeah,
So
just don't burn out at some point.
yeah, it's true. It's true. So it's
Keep the
not.
right balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting. Like as you said, it's making people talk, which is always really nice. But then the most important part in this story, I think, it's actually to prove yourself in that sense. So like if you're gonna risk it, you have to back it up, and then people love it.
Yes,
That's how it goes. Like it's always like, oh, look at them, blah blah blah. They are doing something that we don't get it. There's multiple jokes, but then if you prove them that you are actually doing something in this, then they're like, oh, I like it, I vibe with it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. It's probably I'm less risky that I can be because I'm trying to like implement everything that I'm saying. So I'm not
exactly
just bullshitting.
exactly.
And
And I
that's my
think like, yeah.
that's what I want to say. Like also like what's of the change in my mind is like this selling your sawdust. Do you know it's from Jack Butcher from Visualize Value?
Yeah.
You probably don't even know these guys, right? Okay, but it's really
Can
smart.
I pretend I do? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really smart guy. So he was working in some ad agency. He left and he was working for the like biggest brands like Nike and stuff like that. And he left the company and he founded his own agency, like ad agency. But he quickly figured out that like it sucks. You need to hire people. Like all the revenue depends on people. Like it's not scalable. Blah blah. So he just closed the agency and he went all in like content. So instead of like doing this like coaching stuff, he like creating this content and selling content. And he's really a smart guy. So he's like can decompose like a difficult problem in a like simple way. And he also like did consulting. So some companies ask him to fix their operations, and he just like present 10 slides presentation, but it's like really awesome. Like here's what you do. Like you need to collect testimonials to use it for your case studies, so your clients buy from you. So he's doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we started, but
But I get what you want to say. Like we tend to overcomplicate things, and sometimes they're quite simple. I think I remember our first call, and I was like, this, that, and that's about it. You do that, and it's gonna work. And I've shared few tweets where Dan and Alex are like, okay, it's so simple, and then I can see other people resharing it and saying it's simple, but it is like that. The more we overthink and overcomplicate it, it's tougher.
Okay. Yeah, and I really into like this simplicity, and I really think that it's powerful. And I don't know if you saw, I had a viral tweet on Sunday. Did you see it? Let's share screen. Let's, by the way, try to do this like funny, like not just talking, but like doing something, probably writing something. I don't know, suggest anything. So let me show you. First of all, I'm using how it's called, Twimex. I think it's called Twimex, but now it's called Twin Hunter X. Do you know this tool?
Okay. No, what does it do?
So when you open someone's profile, it shows like top tweets here. So it's like really useful. So you can see like my top tweets here. Let's.
I want to see what are mine by after you.
Yes, let's do this. So guys, what the fuck? Is the most popular. 295 likes. OMG, the first payment just arrived. Okay, so people love payments. So you can see
money.
Okay, so I wanted to show. So I had this viral tweet like on Sunday, and look Look
Right.
what it is about.
Yeah.
So and it was my theory that people like really lacks like these stupid simple like tips, like not something like engage. You need to engage in your profile, and I don't know what it means, but like when you like frame the advice like this, like click this button, like try to click it more, like probably like more people found it applicable. So that's what
Yeah, then you're writing a whole thread of importance of engagement, huh?
no, not yet. But what I did, and by the way, let's discuss this because that's what I learned from you, and I think it will be interesting for viewers. So what I did here, so you can see it's like around 60K views, more than 200 likes, and a lot of comments. And one of the reasons why it's a lot of comments because the tweet is about leaving comments. But what I did, I really like went through all the tweets, all the stuff, and not just like say yes, yes, man, yes, stuff. So you can see like someone just say huge if true, and I say, man, you can also try to leave 5 replies under one tweet. But what it means like it's you need to start a conversation. It's like psychology and marketing. So instead of writing a thread, like you said, I was trying to validate these like additional advices here. So probably I can write a thread now. Yeah.
I mean, when I said that, I meant like this probably would work better than a thread, than a long
Oh,
trend in that sense.
yeah, yeah.
It catches your attention much more than going through like a boring thread and etc. And I'm saying this, and I write a long content, but it's okay. But yeah, you're so right about this. Like everyone who responds, like I try that the best. Whoever kind of like comment on my tweets, I tend to respond, and I tend to always bring something in conversation. It's
Right.
not every single comment or reply, but like whenever I see opportunity, I do that, because I think I said this somewhere, but it's about actual genuine engagement. So it
True.
can be like only with 5 people, but having the right type of the conversation is super important, you know. And of course, if you have a right type of a conversation with 5 people, you're gonna find 25 more of them, you know. So
And yeah, it's so like wise thought, like what you said here, and that's what people ignore. Like if you like was able to win these 5 people, you will win more people, and
yeah.
like too few people get this, so they all think you should start from millions, and when they can get these millions, they become upset. But it's stupid. So and so
Yeah.
they like don't value, like a lot of people don't value this like 0 to 1 period, which is like the most like difficult. So you have just so it's your superpower. So I'm telling you a secret.
Yeah, I mean, whenever someone asks me about like Twitter and how to start, and they're usually like, I need to tweet more. And I'm like, you don't have to tweet. Don't tweet at all.
Yeah.
Like, find right people you want to follow, you want to learn, you want to sell, you want to do whatever, but find them and then engage with them. And that's it. That's your job.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to read those tweets if you're just tweeting and you have no one there? Like, it doesn't work like that.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm said. So I saw one guy called Nacho, and I also invite him to this podcast. I think he's too shy, but what I found out, so he like added around 300 followers in 1 month, just joined Twitter, and I opened his timeline, and he had like around 5 tweets there. But
Yeah.
I saw him a lot, like around me. So that's like a cool thing, and he, for some reason, like understand this naturally. So I always think that there is something about this guy when I see like people like you also like you were like not natural like for the environment. So it was cool.
But it's very true. And then it's like I remember when I was starting in my time, when it was like in February, there was this trend that those circles, you know, and I felt like I was in every single circle there.
Yeah, I remember this. Actually, yeah. I think that's true. That's where interesting. So probably it was your growth hack because I also remember like
But
a lot
it's
of
it's
your
it's
like
true. It's like you find the people you want to follow, You find the people you want to learn. You just find those people, and then you engage with them. Like, but don't do it in like a wrong reasons just to grow your profile. Do it for the right reasons. That's like and then it's so easy to recognize when someone is doing it for the right reasons. I love those people, and I can see them, sense them. Like, that's immediate follow. I don't care if they say something stupid or smart at that point. It's just like, oh, I just learned something from you, or you made me laugh, or there's like an honest reaction here. So that's me on Twitter.
Cool. Okay, one question. How much time do you have? Like, do you have only like these 12 minutes that left, or you have more? Just understand the plan.
We can do 30 minutes more if that's okay with you.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So just okay. So what should we do? I have suggestions. So I think we can do something funny with you. I mean, like with our hands, like I don't know, like create something or write tweets or play a game. I don't know, whatever it can be. So that's one suggestion. Yeah, we can also. You should also pitch Klu and also tell us about all this story and what's going on there and vision. And probably you can also like share screen and like presentation, something like that, so we can reuse it.
Yeah.
I know, or anything else. So there is no rules.
I mean, I just love having conversation with you. So whichever flow you want to choose, it's totally fine for me. You already told the people that we are having a call, so we cannot mess around on Twitter. They will know that we are together.
Okay. So where do we start?
I have no idea. I mean, like, I have no clue.
Yeah, I love that this confuses all the people, because then yesterday was also, oh, I didn't know that it's even a podcast. Like, what's going on? What should we do? And the first time, did you know how it was born? So I just like invited the guy, like you said, when someone genuinely do this on Twitter, you like notice this immediately. Yeah. So I noticed this guy like J Kim on Twitter, and
I watched the episode.
Okay, yeah, guys. Yeah. So I just noticed him, and he just like help people. I saw him in the comments, and I also read that it's not a like bullshit advice, so it's a good advice. I mean, like it was something about products, something about launching, something about pricing, and he was really good. And I noticed his tweet like saying. Like, share your product and I will help you. And I just retweeted it. It gives him a lot of followers. And I just in public invited him, hey, let's go on the call and figure out something. And I just recorded the call and said, I don't know, it will be just for no, I will not use this call. And eventually I just, after the call, I just announced, I'm launching podcast. Here's the first episode. Here's I have nothing to hide.
I mean, how many calls did you have? How many podcast episodes did you miss? You know, we on Twitter follow your calls. Don't worry, we count them.
Okay. And actually, it's so we can also discuss it with you to find like how we should evolve this thing do it in public, because I want to make it practical. So ideally, what I want to have eventually, I want people recorded without me. So, for example, you go somewhere, you record this call, and you just send it to me, and I host it on my channel. Like we call it in Do It in Public podcast, and we somehow filter these people so it's the right community. But I really want it to be like that. And I don't want to like introduce the rules just to keep it simple. So we're on these calls like from time to time with people for some reasons, right? And we could just record these calls and share it so we can use it for like our marketing, right? So that's how I see it. So just calls that we would have, but I recorded them and we have a bunch of cool content.
That would be amazing. I did so many calls regarding the product hunt, and now I feel really bad that I didn't like video record any of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I think we are talking about like 50 calls since 18th of April. I can count them more like exactly, but it's been every day for 2 to 3 calls since the launch. So
And what we're thinking, like in Paralect with Elon Musk, with Dmitry, like we're thinking that we should like keep all this like public calls free, or at least when we have time. Uh, if like someone reached and say like I have this startup, like how you can help, we say like yeah, let's join on the call, but it will be public. We will record it, we will publish it. So that's how we like keep us like integrity. We won't fool you. We will keep our word, and we will use it for marketing. And if someone like really feels uncomfortable, we'll say, okay, it will be paid then. Like let's discuss it. Like the same way like GitHub
Yeah.
does. Like you
Yeah.
have an open source repos for free, but if you want to have private repos, you will pay them. So it's idea for you. So that's what we should do.
Yeah, there is something in that.
Yeah, I think we should think about it more.
I mean, I think this built-in public community on Twitter is, I don't know, I've like, as a marketing person, you kind of are able to listen different communities and see what's happening and etc. But I've never seen some community being so supportive, open, and but in the same time so open for the feedback as well. It's not always like a positive. Here's everything, and we live in a pinky world. But there's a lot of discussions happening. So that's like, this is one of the things I was surprised when entering. It's like, even when I was starting, like, because right now my whole Twitter profile is mixed. There's me, there's marketing, there's product hunt, there's Klu, there's people, everything is there. But like, I was thinking like this, you have to, like, if you're talking about the community, there always have to, it always has to be like, I'm giving something to community as well. So these product hunt calls that I'm doing, that's like, I'm able to somehow explain to someone in very short period of time what they need to do to achieve some kind of like goal. So that's those were like those calls for me. Those 30 minutes, it's like, we can do this. We jump on the call. It's like, damn, that's it. And like, I feel like since January, talked with so many amazing people and founders, and it was so simple to kind of recognize the problems they have. And it's kind of like a patent at this point, because there's a lot of makers and entrepreneurs, and they are easily switching the project. And that was for me one thing that I've learned, because I've always worked in like a stable product development journey, and this was my first time like seeing like people, okay, I'm gonna build something in a night, and I'm like, how are we gonna do that? Like, tell me more. And then you see people actually doing that. And that's, I had a conversation with the tech guys in Klu, and I said to them, like, this is brilliant. Like what is happening? Why do we have to spend so much time on thinking? Can we like push, test, done? Work doesn't work, So like, there's so many things I'm learning as well, So I don't know how we started this conversation, but I like it.
No, it's cool. So what I want to say, so imagine if you like recorded these 30 calls, you not only like help these 30 people, like you potentially like help thousands.
Yeah.
So that's a pity, like I said. And also as for like knowing how to move fast is the same for us. So like I discovered like Twitter again like 2 years ago, and I also like saw how like people do things. I also saw how indie hackers like moving fast, so it was amazed about all the stuff.
It's brilliant. I see Dan is like unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's all the time something, and I'm like, how are you doing that? He's like, I just need to see one person that is excited about it, and I'm gonna build it. And I'm like, whoa. I love it.
And what do you think about Dan? Like, what is his like the strongest skill?
I think he has like everything in a right balance. He has ability to market himself brilliantly, he's not too pushy. He's extremely supportive, such a nice guy in that sense. And then brilliant in whatever he does, and I have no idea what he does.
Okay, yeah, it's interesting. So it probably makes sense that you said that, but yeah, when I was talking with him yesterday, I was also like asking about the projects, and he was saying like about yes, this UI libraries, this development, this backend, blah blah blah. So he was talking like more about development, and it was funny for me because that's what I also like said to him that his strongest skill is probably like marketing, like writing that he has because it's not usual again like and he said like he just joined like Twitter like 6 months ago and it was
Oh,
so
really? I didn't know that.
I don't know no sorry I mean he was for a long time like watching Twitter
But
but like
actually started being active. Okay.
yeah
Yeah, yeah,
just like from this year so it's I can't like understand how it's happening and for him he probably don't understand this he thinks it's normal you
He's
think
natural.
it's
He's
normal
natural. He's just natural.
yeah that's true
Yeah.
okay cool
But this is different type of the marketing we are talking about.
yeah
Like this is something like you have traditional marketing, then you like this modern shit and all of these things, but then you have something totally different where it's like, okay, if you are like these people, they have to market themselves, you know
yeah
and then they have to market their product, blah blah blah. But in this community, usually it's so much easier if people are able to connect with the person building this product, because it's usually one or two or very small team of
hmm
people. So it has to be like that connection
yeah
between two parties. And I think like Dan does that brilliantly, because he's very like
Mm.
open and confident and also funny in what he does. And when we are talking, and he's doing like, oh, marketing, that's a brilliant marketing in the marketing person eyes. I'm like, yes, nice job. But I don't think he actually, that's his goal. It
Yeah,
just comes to him.
interesting. Yeah, it's just perspective. You mean that he's always working in the small teams, like a co-founder or like in small teams, so that's why he learned how to be nice.
No, no.
No, but
but
it's also
what
interesting
I'm
idea, right?
saying, yeah, but what I'm saying is like, if you are in a small team and you are building a product and you want to sell this product, you're not gonna do that without your face, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because who's people like, how you gonna sell it, like how you gonna market it? You're gonna make an Instagram account and put like nice pictures of your product and no one is following, no one is seeing, or you're gonna tweet like, imagine if you saw Klu profile only liking your post and trying to comment something, you'll be like, who is this, what's happening here? So like, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's start from your story. And
uh,
now people already understand how smart you are and how understand communities. So I think it will be interesting to like tell the story, like what led you here, and probably even like some stories from childhood. I don't know, like
oh.
like whatever will be like suitable here. But I think there's something interesting there.
um, hmm. Let me see. I have some people going in and out, and I will ask them to close the door. Thank you. Yeah. So I've started, yeah, like marketing classic story, blah blah blah. But then I started in SaaS company, and it was like a productivity app, and my role was like actually content marketing.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of content, and in that process, I think I've learned how much time content actually takes. Different type of the content, how to market it, what is good approach, what is not a good approach, and how we failed in that side. Like, and then the different company again, marketing, blah blah blah, boring. But how it started with Klu is that I met the guys from Klu like 2-3 years ago, and then Sammy, the CEO of Klu, called me and said to me like, hey Sandra, I think we have something cool, we got some money, maybe you want to check it out, let's talk, blah blah blah. And then they showed me very cool, like, but I have to tell you, like, it was so ugly. Like, Klu was so ugly. And they showed me, but it actually did the job. Like, you type something, it finds it. And I was like, oh my God, this is my personal Google. this is cool.
Yeah, pitch me online, like what it did. Like explain
So
that knows what is Klu.
like when we were working together, because we were working together, we could never find the file, and I was that person who is always asking someone where is what. So I would like we I mean the function is still there, it's the same process, but you connect the apps, all the cloud-based apps you have, and then you search. For me it's a Google Drive and emails, I'm a shit at that. So I was just like, I don't know, some kind of file, I was searching pitch for something, and it was there. I didn't have to ask people around. So Klu started like that, like we want to find whatever people are searching like immediately. That's how we started. And then before this AI saga, so we built Klu before AI, but then we kind of realized, wait a minute, now we have now people have so much data on one place. So like it's not anymore about the search, so because you have so much data, what's next step we can do with this data? So this is so we went from like kind of like a search is one aspect of the story, but we kind of moved forward to the next step, like what type of the workflows we can actually build with all of this data. So now we are heading like, okay, we have a product, now you have to niche it out, actually find the purpose of this product, in which direction you want to move with this product. So we have different use cases that we are testing at the moment. One is like customer support, because like you have all of this data in one place. Klu Chrome extension can just answer any like customer question, email, Twitter, whatever, collect that, send it to somewhere else. So it's kind of like building this ecosystem of like data and information, but the next step of it, I mean, it's very interesting.
Yes.
We are in very interesting kind of like stage, but it's kind of like complicated, because it's not complicated. Yeah, it is complicated. Why should I say it's not complicated? It's very complicated. But we are kind of like in transition stage where we kind of have to like decide in which way the product itself will kind of go, So yeah. What about me? When I was younger, I loved people. I always knew something crazy will happen. I had that belief forever. I did the interviews and the things in my shower.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do you mean like so you don't have like any big stories that's led to it, or are you too shy to tell them, or you don't see them?
Big stories that led to what? Look at me, I'm in Finnish cottage being eaten by mosquitoes.
Okay. Let's ask you that. Like, can you like enumerate all the wins that you have with Klu? Like, I found you when I saw you on Reddit with the popular article, and I think this article was also about some win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you just tell like about all the wins, and we will decide what you already achieved or not?
I mean, a lot of things kind of happened in these 5 months since January. Like a bunch of things happened with Klu. Nothing happened because of luck. It was all hard work and many multiple lessons like you learned before. So we started fresh and we were like, okay, we kind of know what we are doing, kind of. Yeah, like we sold that MVP. We built to 10 companies immediately just to validate the product, because we didn't want to like spend time on if it's not working and no one is buying. So that was kind of like a nice win.
Yeah, it's a big win. So it's a huge win.
Yeah.
And how it happens? Like, it was all at once, like 10 or like.
It was like a month of work. Okay. To kind of collect. We kind of knew some people. We reached some people. We knew, like we targeted to because at that stage we really had to kind of know to who we're gonna approach, because the product was not ready. There was a brain and function of it, but we just needed to validate it. So I think for me that was like super important step, because like if you are joining a pre-everything startup, you kind of know. You need to know like how much are you risking actually. So then we went into private beta with these companies. And that was really cool and nice, no stress. And after that, we had to go to public beta, and I had Twitter from like 2000 and maybe 18 or something like that, but I never did anything on it. And I knew that people that would be willing enough to test the product, help us build the product, is on Twitter, like building public community. The reasons for that, because they are guys that are building their own products, they need feedback as well. We can support and help each other, and that actually happened. I think in a span of month, I grow my Twitter profile to really like crazy numbers. I mean, crazy numbers from 0 to 1,000. It's kind of like very cool.
Yeah. And do you know what number of impression was like on 1,000? I think it was close to 1 million at this point.
I think it's some crazy number. I'm sharing it few times. I'll check it now after our call, but I think it was at that time, it was like 300 or 400, something like that.
Cool.
Like some really crazy numbers. And then that was like a nice win for me. And then someone on Twitter said to me, you know what, Sandra, you should try Product Hunt. And I was like, okay, let's do this thing. Because I'm coming, like, my marketing was always the secure one. You have some budget and money, you can test it, and you can do this and this. But with Klu, it was like you have nothing.
It's the best type of marketing, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, they call it growth hacking these days, but for me, it was like, what's even growth hacking? Like Reddit, okay, I'm gonna go post on Reddit. So it was like I was on zero. Like I don't think marketing people understand this. This is totally different approach and thing. So yeah, someone said to me, okay, Sandra, now it's time for Product Hunt. And I knew Product Hunt exists. I was like familiar with Product Hunt, but I was like, okay, let me try this thing now. And then, 18th of April is my second birthday, not because like I'm so freaking like crazy about Product Hunt, but it was just like this power of people. I invested so much time and energy, and and then that day we kind of all came together, and it was like a freaking fight, and I loved it, and it was brilliant. So that was kind of like a small cute victory for me. And then this Arctic 15 pitching competition that happened. So and that happened actually, like I was one day before they closed the application for the competition. Then I sent application. So I was like almost missed that.
Cool.
And that was brilliant. That was like because it's different when you're working in a company with multiple people, but now there's 4 of us, and it's like we are like risking it. But it's like you share everything, like good moments and bad moments, and whatever happened, it's happening together. So it was really, really, I think, like when I'm explaining Klu, like I'm explaining this search aspect, but like search is what it helps us to do whatever we're gonna do, So there's so much more about Klu, which I'm really excited about, but in the same time, I'm super worried, so.
It means you're on the right way. I'm super worried every day.
So yeah, small cute victories in these 5 months, I guess.
Okay. So let's sum up. And by the way, and you also raised before this, right? That's what the raise cost was about. Okay, so it's not a win. So let's also say that. So you raised, went popular on Reddit, you went popular on Twitter, you went popular on Product Hunt, you won a pitching competition. And your targeting race, as far as I know. So out and
we got few nice press as well.
Okay, you got press, and how much views do you have from Twitter? You shared a couple times.
Yeah, I don't know, 14,000, something like
40
that.
so it's more than Product gave.
It's
So
more for
that's
the product. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what people call momentum. Congrats. So
Thank
I'm
you.
telling people why they're great. So now you understand. Okay. So we have a few minutes, and we have few questions. So
Oh,
let's go through the questions. Nothing big and scary, I think. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Norbert, you know Norbert, right? Norbert.
yes, yes.
He didn't ask a question, but he says, "Say hi from me," and that he's a big fan. Did you know
Me
that?
too.
Cool, cool. Okay, so Thomas Sunlis, you know this guy,
Uh,
Thomas. You probably, if you saw Avatar,
by the pictures, I know everyone.
yeah, but I will not show you, not to distract you. So Thomas asking, how did you come up with that name? I love it.
Which name?
Yeah, that's what I asked him. I said, do you mean Sandra? He said, of course. But let's say it's a clue. So a clue, it was before you, right?
Well, what do you mean before me? I was on the table when we were fixing the name.
Oh, okay, cool. So tell about the clue. Yeah.
um, if you ask me, I'm the one who deserves all the glory about the name. But it seems like the guys have a different version of the story. So one is saying that he actually came up with the name. I think it was me. But it was all about like clue, give me a clue, you search something, it pops out, here's a clue. It was me. Maybe them, but like ignore that side. It was me.
Yeah, I see. It's amazing name. Really, really cool. Okay.
Thank you.
The next question is from Hashnimo, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a GIF. It says something on Spanish, but I can tell. I can describe you what's happening. So it's a beach. It's a night. It's a girl standing with the hands like this, and a guy leaning on the knees. So I think it's saying like, "Would you marry me?"
Yes.
Okay, cool. The next question, it's from Dan. You know
By the
Dan.
way, nice explanation of the picture.
Yeah, check it later. I wonder what you saw in your mind. Okay, so Dan is asking, why is marketing so simple? Really?
I keep explaining to Dan why is marketing so simple. I keep saying to him he's brilliant in marketing. Maybe he should say why marketing is so simple. He's doing quite brilliant job.
Cool, cool. I agree. Okay, so the next question is Sarah Zay. When did she know when to go 100% into building in public?
So we went from private beta to public beta, and I knew I need a feedback. I knew I need people to build this with me, the community, people that's gonna like support the whole process. I can count on them. So that was like the reason to kind of join building public space.
Oh, cool. Okay, the next question is from Chain. What's the weather in Helsinki?
What's the weather?
Yeah,
It's
weather.
20. It's 25 degrees, as you can see on my nose. I'm burning.
But he's asking about Helsinki. Is it the same there?
It's same. I'm like 2 hours away from Helsinki. It's burning everywhere. Nordics are fun these days.
Okay, super hot. Yeah. Okay, so the last question is from Lara from Momentum and
Uh-huh.
Paralect.
Who's Lara? I don't know her.
You don't know her?
No.
Lara is
I was
our designer.
joking. I was joking.
Okay, it's a good joke.
She's
So
popping as well. I like it.
okay, so Lara is asking, if Sandra was a dog, which one and why?
If I was a dog.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no simple question from there.
Did you watch that movie Beethoven?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, probably that one. I don't know what's the name of the.
Okay, do you like the movie?
I like the movie. Yeah, he's a
Cool.
big nice and makes a big mess. So hello, nice to meet you.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we now don't have any question left. So thank you a lot. I think we can start recording. Do you want to say some last message to building public community?
Yes, you guys rock. It's all good. We're gonna survive this. Let's do simple marketing. Let's do product hunt. Let's crash everything.
Cool. That was a nice message. So thank you, everyone. And let me start recording.